Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Noelle and I do unboxings here, mostly lifestyle subscription boxes, often with beach or hygge themes. I also do a smattering of stationery, books, beauty, jewelry, and even a dash of Disney. So if you like unboxings, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the notification bell so that you find out whenever I post new videos or announce giveaways or go live. And as always, if you're already subscribed, thank you again so much for being here and welcome back. Today I have my long-awaited winter Causebox to share with you. I know plenty of you are actually still waiting on yours to arrive. I believe they began shipping at the end of December and they will be continuing to ship through the end of January. In fact, a box that I'm sending out to a subscriber as a prize from a past giveaway is still awaiting shipment, as is my marketplace order, so I won't be able to share those couple of items that I picked up in the marketplace with you in this unboxing. Now this winter box is sold out, so right now Causebox is doing one of their awesome intro boxes. This time it is $25 for 5 items. Some of them are from past boxes. Some of them are new and just from vendors that Causebox knows and loves. I'm very tempted to get another subscription to see if I can maybe magically get some of those newer items. But the only way to actually customize all 5 items in the box is to do an annual subscription. But it is a really good deal because, like I said, you get to customize all 5 items and you essentially get that first box for free. Now, if you are interested in subscribing to Causebox, you can use the link that I'll leave for you in the description box below, and that will save you $10. But let's go ahead and get into this winter box. Now, I am an annual subscriber because I do like to be able to customize as many items as possible, so I already know what's in here. But let's just take a look at the beautiful box. They always work with an artist every season to design the box and the nice little art print postcard that comes. I really love the color palette of this particular box. I like that it's not like super stark and dark and wintry. However, I will say that I'm kind of ready for the trend. I know it's very contemporary to have figures without eyes, but I'm kind of ready for that trend to go away just because it feels so like a little bit creepy to me to have all these figures with like half faces. So as beautiful as I think the design is, that is something that I would like to see sort of pass us by, I guess. But here is the beautiful art print postcard. I know a lot of people actually like to post theirs as part of their seasonal decor, and again, the palette of this is beautiful. So I do save them. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them, but figure I might as well collect them and hold on to them. And then it talks about how you can win a free annual membership if you share your unboxing or your review on different social medias. And then finally, we have what they call Good News, which is their pamphlet. It's also more like a magazine, honestly, because they do a lot of articles about the different vendors that they work with, because in case you couldn't already tell by the name, Causebox is all about working with ethical companies that are fairly sourced. It even says on the back, let's put the kind back in humankind, so that definitely goes with their sort of brand and mission. And then I'm just going to go on the inside. We do have a nice little note from Hannah, the editor-in-chief, which I won't read because it's a really small font. And then we have like a nice table of contents. So it really is, they do a lot of work in publishing this nice magazine for us. Now, usually in the past, they've actually had like a single sheet where it told you all of the items in the box and the different options. But it looks like this is extending this time over a couple of pages because they have sort of included some bullet points about why this particular product was chosen or why it's like eco-friendly, which I kind of like that, although it doesn't make it a little bit more difficult for an unboxing because I'm gonna have to flip through the pages, but I'll do my best for you guys. So I'm just gonna put that in front of me and hopefully I have enough space because this is kind of a different size box than usual, and you'll see why. I actually chose the item that I think led to the unusual kind of more tall box than what they usually send things in. So let's go ahead and actually go into that right away. So I chose the kettle. So the kind of hero item was either this Rose and Fitzgerald brushed gold kettle that came in this nice box, or it was this nice cozy cloud wrap, which I love cardigans and I love cozy stuff, but I live in a pretty warm climate and I just kind of felt like the cardigan didn't look like something that I would reach for much at home, because at home I'll just wear like a sweatshirt, and it just kind of looked a little like boxy to me in terms of like wearing out and about. So I did go with the kettle, which had a value of $98. The Thread and Supply Cozy Cloud Wrap had a $115 value, so I actually went with the one with a slightly lower retail value. It says, a stovetop statement and your new pour-over coffee BFF, Rose and Fitzgerald blends age-old craft with a simplistic contemporary aesthetic, creating authentic quality pieces with handmade charm. And it says 300 artisans were employed in manufacturing this kettle. Now, there has been much consternation over on the Facebook group, not only about the cloud wrap and sizing, but also about this kettle, which actually is pretty small for a kettle, because of a couple of like design, like I would call them, go ahead and call them flaws for a kettle. I'm gonna go ahead and unwrap this as I talk to you. So one thing is it does have this really cool modern design, but the handle is actually metal, so you would need to be very careful about actually like using a pot holder, because it's gonna get hot and burn you, which would be a bummer. And then also, I guess with the lid, so this kettle does not whistle when your water is boiling and ready, but the lid doesn't have any like vents. It doesn't have any like holes, which some people are actually going super DIY and like drilling holes in the top, because otherwise the pressure builds up and people have been having the lids pop off, which is a little bit of a design flaw in my opinion. Now, I was really hoping they would send us an electric kettle as an option, because I have a regular kettle. It's very like utilitarian. It's not like the prettiest thing, but I don't really like necessarily need like a design super beautiful kettle on my stovetop, because I don't really have people coming over to like look at my kettle or my stovetop. I just want something that's functional and useful. This, I think though, a lot of people are using as, it's got like kind of like dust on it or something. A lot of people are using this as a beautiful watering can, which I think is a great option, especially for someone like me who doesn't really have like a yard or anything, but I do have room for some nice house plants, and this is really pretty. And I think it will just like give me a little bit more ease. It just has a 1 liter capacity in terms of like not worrying so much about burning my hands or the lid coming off, but it is really, really cute. You can kind of see this nice modern design. Very small though, right? For like an actual kettle. So this is like kind of a 1 or 2 servings kind of kettle. I'm wondering what like that dust is. I did see on the Facebook group that the actual owner of the company was a little bit disappointed because there have been some quality control issues, just because they are a really small business and they wound up having to like sort of mass produce this as they don't normally. So she wasn't able to actually like hand check every single kettle herself, which normally she would do. So it like hurts her feelings. She said she's really sad when she sees people receiving products that aren't like 100% perfect. So I appreciate that. You know, she's definitely extending discounts to people so that they don't feel like the kettle that they receive in this box is necessarily representative of all of the products they create. But I do think it's pretty. I love that it's the brushed gold. I think that's like very classy, and it's just going to make a really cute watering can, because I don't know that I'm going to take the time to actually drill holes in the top, but that is something that I kind of wish they had like considered before they sent it out, in case you did want to use it as more of a functional kettle versus a like decorative piece, which is what I essentially am going to wind up using mine for. Let's look at the next item. So this was another choice item for annual members, and you could have gotten the activated eco reusable silicone baking sheets that had an $18 value, or you could have gotten these Boone Supply reusable zip pouches, which have a $22 value. It says, take a little for the road with these reusable zip pouches in 5 different sizes. Not only are these an excellent sustainable swap, Boone Supply also gives back big time with their unique business model. Replaces more than 300 single-use bags per piece for a total of 1,500 single-use bags. 40% of every order with Boone Supply supports a fundraiser of your choice, which is awesome. So let's see how many we got. I kind of forgot. So we have this nice little one right here. Then we have like a medium size one, and then we have 2 of the next size up, 1 of the next size up, and then 2 of these like bigger flat ones. So these bigger flat ones don't have like that like kind of gusset along the bottom. I really like with these smaller ones that you can kind of see there's like a kind of a foot to it, so you can really have something that's got a little bit of thickness, so like you can put a lot of snacks in these bags. So I have a couple of reusable bags like this. I haven't used this brand before, but they do seem like they have a pretty nice seal, and I believe they are dishwasher safe, which is really really important to me in terms of making sure that these are really, really clean once you're done with them. So I'm not sure what I'll use the super duper flat ones for, but I'll have to figure it out. So in total, we got the 2 bigger flat ones. We got that large one with the foot, the medium one, and the small one. So we wound up with 5. So that's actually pretty good, and I'm excited to try to be a little bit more green. I have to be honest with you guys, I'm not always the best about it, so it's really helpful to me when I receive these eco-friendly products in different subscription boxes. Let's see what else we've got. So I believe this item, hopefully I can find it in here, was an item that everyone received, and that is the Skin & Co. Roma face toner. It is a Truffle Therapy. I love anything truffle. I've actually gotten a few products from this same line in other boxes, and I've actually really liked them. It has a $30 value. It says, gentle and refreshing. This isn't your average toner. Made with extracts like witch hazel, truffle, and rosemary, this toner removes bacteria and cleanses your skin naturally. Created with Mediterranean botanical extracts sourced in Umbria, Italy, vegan and cruelty-free, which is very nice. I don't use a lot of toner, and now these days I have plenty of it just because of all of my subscription boxes, but I will be happy to share that with someone, or maybe it'll make it into my rotation. I just kind of have everything stored in like different categories, and then once I use one up, then it's time to move on to the next one. So just because I love truffle stuff and I like to be able to tell you guys after using a product, I might go ahead and use that one. Let's see what else we have got. This is in Zeal, from Zeal Living, and this was, I believe, also a choice item. So this was kind of cool because it was like items in different categories, but around the same price point, which I kind of like, because if you're not like a jewelry person, it doesn't really help if there's 2 jewelry items to choose from. But let's see, the True Moringa Rejuvenating Body Polish was a $34 value. You could have also gotten the Sanctuary Project Thick Gold Hoops, which had a $38 value. Or you could have gotten what I got, which is the Zeal Living Marble Geo Coasters with a $42 value. The hoops were beautiful, just like not quite big enough for me. So I thought these would look really nice, kind of almost like as trinket trays, or just to use like for photos, because you guys know that I do a lot of like product photography over on my Instagram. And I did actually from the marketplace get the sort of holder that's designed for these coasters. So I'm excited to get into these. They have like a very modern look, and hopefully I can open them up. I appreciate that they are wrapped pretty well. It looks like each of them is individually bubble wrapped, so that is important. You don't want any breakage, and I've definitely been experiencing a lot of breakage in different subscription box lately, you guys. So I don't mind that it takes me a little bit longer to open these up. But that said, I probably won't open them all up for you. I'll just show you one of them. They are really pretty. And then inside of that bubble wrap, there was also some tissue paper. Let's see one of them. So pretty. I love the hexagon, or I think that's I think it's actually got 6 sides to it. No, maybe, yes, I think it does. So I can't even count. It says Zeal Living sustainably employs over 9,000 artisans in 17 African countries. These coasters were made by a 60% female workforce. It says a sophisticated coaster set that pairs with coffee or a cocktail. Zeal Living connects African artists with shoppers around the world. So I guess it's an octagon. Sorry guys, I couldn't count there for a second. It does have some little cork feet on the bottom, which is great. And they have a nice heft to them. Honestly, I don't necessarily use these as actual coasters, because when you have a coaster that isn't very absorbent, I find that condensation and moisture just kind of like rolls off, and it still winds up on your table that you're trying to protect. But I do think they make really nice stands for like candles, all kinds of different uses for them to stack and use as like little risers in your home decor. So I like them, and I'm really excited to get the nice little like metal holder that matches. Now the next item was also a choice item, and it was between a couple of things that I like. Really, there was no good choice for me. It was between Maggie's Organics Heathered Slouchy Socks, and if you've been watching my channel for any time, you know I just don't wear a lot of socks. I like the fuzzy slipper socks that I've gotten from a lot of winter boxes, but in terms of just regular socks around the house, I don't really do it. So those had a $25 value, or you could have chosen the Etitude Travel Beauty Pillowcase for $25. It says this bamboo-based pillowcase might just feel more silky than silk itself. Minimal, sophisticated, and intentionally designed, Etitude elevates sustainable living with a dash of luxury. Made from 100% bamboo, Etitude's clean bamboo is made in a closed-loop system that reuses 98% of its water in future production cycles. So again, very sustainable. This is so soft. Now, I kind of was like, what am I going to do with one pillowcase? Because I get the idea of being able to take your own pillowcase with you when you travel, and I think that's great. Of course, all of our travel has come to like a screeching halt and will probably remain that way for a little while. But I went with this because I knew I would use it more than the socks, and this totally matched my sheets that I had until like literally 2 days ago when like a hole ripped in my sheets and I had to buy new ones. But it still goes with my duvet and the new sheets that I got because everything is in gray tones. So it totally works, and I have to tell you guys, this does feel super silky and smooth, but it feels like the kind of like sheets that you feel like you have to like iron or steam so that they don't have wrinkles when you wash them. But I'm excited to give it a try. I know you can actually buy the entire sheet set from their marketplace sometimes, so this is a good way for me to like try out this material and see if I like it. But all of the other products that I have that are made out of bamboo are just, again, so soft and so wonderful, so I'm sure that I will probably be very happy with it. And then we had one more item, you guys, which was another choice item. So I think there was only one item that if you were an annual member, you didn't get any choice or say in the matter. And so it was between the Idlewild Company yearly planner, which had a $32 value, or the Soon Skincare Peony Foot Masks, which have a $45 value because you got a couple of sets of them. It says, give your toes some much needed TLC. Ingredients like licorice and ginger root smooth and spoil your feet, helping to restore and nourish your soles. Soon in Korean means smooth and pure, and is vegan and cruelty free. So in case you didn't already see the flash of color there, I did not choose the planner as much as I like the idea of having a spiral bound good planner to sort of organize my life. These days I'm pretty much digital, and I did actually get a pretty good planner from a past different box. So I went with the Soon Peony Foot Mask, which I don't use a lot of foot masks, but of course most of the nail salons here in California are still shut down, so my feet could use a little love, even though no one's really seeing them because I'm not like out and about in sandals these days. But I thought this would be good to try, and I just kind of I'm trying to enjoy more K-beauty these days since I am technically Korean. So it says it has, like I said, peony root extract, green tea extract, apple extract, and it's single use, and it looks like we have five sets, it looks like. So that is pretty awesome. Let me just double check. I did see some talk about this in the Facebook group as well. People were like trying to figure out how to like tear the two socks apart and then put them on. So yeah, there are 5 sets. I'll let you know how it goes. I have a feeling they'll feel kind of slimy, but a lot of people, they said they were able to put the little booties on, put these masks on, and then put socks on over it so they could still like walk around and you weren't forced to be immobile for the 15 to 20 minutes that I think you leave them on. But I have pretty rough feet because I don't wear a lot of shoes, so this is definitely something that my feet will love and that I felt like I would be able to get more use out of than a 2021 planner, which to be honest is kind of coming a little bit late in the year. If you were going to use a planner, you probably would have wanted it at like a month or 2 ago. So that was kind of one of those items where I was like, it seemed like a questionable item that should have maybe been in like their fall box, for example. Let me know what your favorite item in this Causebox was. If you are a Causebox member, let me know what variation you got. It's kind of fun when there's so many items to choose from, or for them to choose for you in the customization process. So there's so many like different permutations, which is why I really enjoy watching other unboxings of Causebox. If you enjoyed this video, you guys, please do give it a thumbs up. It does help me out a lot, and hopefully I see you all very, very soon in my next unboxing.